Hello, everyone. Long time no see. We are back to this, weird schedule. When we play, we will tell you. Um, Welcome to another episode of Tales of the Forgotten Sea. Brand new tabletop role-play game that we are playtesting. We are having fun with, and we are creating an amazing story. At least that's what I feel. And speaking of this amazing story, we had a very intense session. We had a fight, we had a stolen book, we have an entire um, temple collapsing, we had mechanical bits stolen from two, I would say, guardians, let's call them like that. And we have an entire island slowly going back at the bottom of the sea. And that's where we left off, with our amazing player running from their life. Those characters try to get to the boat as soon as possible, with some of them worse from where, especially Jarvis. But we get on on the safe dock or the jolly boat, and you start to row back to the ship, and you spend time will traveling away from the island as fast as possible because this thing is slowly sinking. And literally right there, where you are still seeing a bits of the island on the horizon. Hours have passed. You're started to getting back on your way to Akiptos. You know that little piece of land is going to completely disappear at a certain point. And you are back on the routine. Maybe not. You have a lot of this to discuss, a lot to do. So we are going to start immediately with what is going on the ship right now. Every one of you have collected some stuff, have grabbed other, and now are need to go back in your routine because there are going to be a week and a half of traveling to finally get to Akiptos, to finally get to the last bit of your voyage. You're right there. You're going to traverse over Alexandria, down to Halahim, get to Fajus, and from there find Zavelek Shah, deliver that horrible package, and then focus only to find Captain Kidd treasure. But we need to get there first. So, guys, the stage is yours. Who is going to start?
Has it been hours or has it been a day? First off, let me ask that.
I will tell you this. It's up to you. If you want to
Mhm.
do something a few hours immediately after, the event of last session, good.
Mhm.
If you want to, let's say, for the next couple of days, Jarvis will rest, recover,
Mhm.
and start to study the book, or especially talking with someone to let you understand the language of the book. Yeah, we start with them.
Mhm. Well, so that was actually my next question was, what is the healing process? Because we haven't ever had to deal with that, and so we might as well get that somewhat on recording so that we understand. You know, do you wake up the next day like in Dungeons and Dragons and you're fully healed, or is it more like Call of Cthulhu, where every couple of days you heal a couple of points?
So every thought hours you start to heal based on your health, your endurance.
Mhm.
But however, during an entire day of rest, you recover a quarter pretty much of your complete health. In 4 days, you are completely healed. So if you want to call it a long rest, four
Mhm.
days is your mm, And when I say 4 days, I mean 4 days of resting on slow activity. You're not going to like have a fight and 3 days
Yeah,
later say, "Oh,
yeah,
I'm back to full." No.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I would say that Jarvis probably spends his first day completely knocked out, resting, and then next day he might try to like have people come to his bedside and communicate with them. So I'll open it up to everybody else, but I just want to deal with that first.
Absolutely, and that's what you're going to do. Hot pot, you are going to take care of him because it has the medic on board. That is pretty much your duty. So between now that Miguel mother is on board and he shares with you the duty of making, meals and etc. You know, splitting yourself between helping Jarvis to get better, do some healing here and there to the people that actually is already injured or maybe has scratches or etc. And also taking care of the good health of the ship, making meals and etc. is a little bit easier because she's also working with you and it's been a few weeks now. Um, so, Hotpot, speaking of that, do you want to use or show the rest of the team your new skills in terms of healing?
How much damage Jarvis have?
Jarvis is now okay above the table. Is now at 18 HP out of 48 or so, 40 or 48, I think, of
Yeah,
crits.
48.
So is heavily injured.
He's heavily injured. Okay. I just want to look something up real quick.
Mhm.
Yeah, pretty close to three-quarters of my health is gone.
Um, okay. Yeah, so I'm going to examine him and take uh take note of exactly what his damages are.
Mhm.
And let me see. I just want to make sure I choose the right.
Right skill, the right spell, and etc.
Yeah, just a
Take your
second,
time.
please.
We're not in a rush. In the meantime, I will also let you know that in terms of what you gather on the island, because you asked for that, if I remember, you collected a book from the hut of that farmer. You collected that small one, and you also collected some of the algae and other things that they were there. I don't know if you remember that, uh, because you wanted to analyze them later on.
I didn't catch that. What was it?
Algae,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. That's right. I remember that.
yeah, and so you can consider you also have those. Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna start with a medicine roll
Mm-hmm.
to um before I employ the supernatural, see what we can do to heal him naturally. So
Absolutely.
that's my wisdom
And your
and
medicine
medicine.
is three
That's
dots.
seven dice
Keep
plus two.
so 7 dice. Keep three. Plus two to the total, and you can explode up to two sixes. So, beam.
Okay.
And you right now, because you got three, you are on tier three skill target number. This is a little information for everyone, for who's watching and who's playing with me. I have four different target numbers skills table where I can always try to understand what is the standard of your role, what I need to, the difficulties and etc. So I can adjust target number based on the player and what they are doing and the situation in an instant, because I always have the reference in front of me. So please go
So
and
I just want to make sure. So with the 3 pips, I keep 3 dice.
exactly.
Okay, and I can explode 2 if I roll sixes. Up to 2. Okay, so he does triage. He inspects his body. Any wounds that he sees, he obviously like meticulously like cleanses and adds some kind of tincture to uh sort of sanitize the area and continue to like promote like healthy tissue growth.
And natural
So
healing.
I'm sorry.
And natural healing.
And natural healing, exactly. So I rolled a total of just a second again, sorry.
That's a worry, no worries.
T Total of 14, sorry.
14. Okay. So thank you for that role. You can establish that, okay, with your, you're not going to uh, make him heal faster, okay, with this role. However, you going to avoid him to develop nasty scar or, have problem later. Because yes, in 4 days you recover all your health, but that doesn't mean that if you lose an arm, for example, not the case, but if you lose an arm, this is going to regrow. You're going to, be permanently injured in that sense. So having someone like you be the medic, taking care of those things and etc. help to avoid problem on the long run.
Jar Jarvis, how do you feel? How are you feeling, Jarvis?
Oh, oh, I'm already starting to feel a lot better. I was definitely going on adrenaline there for a little while before resting, but oh, whatever you're doing, buddy, is definitely making me feel like I don't want to throw up anymore. It's definitely
Oh,
nice.
that's real. That's good to hear. I'm glad you're feeling better. I have to say that was one hell of a performance out there. I mean, you fighting those creatures, that's like I don't know, on par with watching the gods conflict with each other.
Yeah, yeah, I think so, man. I don't even really remember it. It's all kind of comes back to me in just like little shots. Um, I don't even feel like I was even myself. It was just trying to protect you guys and take those things out and do what I had to do. And yeah, it worked out.
Well,
Um,
buddy, I'm glad you're on my side, and I never have to
yeah,
go up the battle with you.
yeah, I'm glad you're on my side too, taking care of everybody. I actually did have a question for you, and maybe I could run this by Geraldine if you're not sure, or maybe she might have something for it. But one of my main weapons, obviously, are my guns. But getting underwater with those things is kind of makes them useless. So I don't know if there might be some way I could
Waterproof
some sort
them
of workaround. Yeah,
or water
like
resistant?
waterproof them, or yeah, something I could do to make it so I could still use them. Um, with my magic or something. Uh, maybe, maybe we could get a chance to talk to her at some point about it. But
Yeah, I mean,
if we had a,
I'd be happy to look into that and try to come up with a solution. I'll consult with Geraldine.
yeah, if we had a chemical, I know that you and I could probably put our heads together, figure out a way to apply it to the weapons, and at least one. And I don't know if there's another, maybe a simple solution too. I'll think about a simple solution as well. But yeah, just Just kind of keep that in the back of your mind.
Yeah, of course. All right. Well, I don't know if there's anything. I mean, I don't want to escalate the treatment immediately. I think the best thing for you to do, is he missing any limbs or any like did he like lose like any like
Um,
gouges of flesh?
the thing is, the blast that he received, the one that literally took him a lot of his health, was more like an electric beam. So Jarvis is more cooked than heavy heavy flesh wounds or something like that. So most of the things that you are doing are to prevent him to develop those heavy scar from pretty much the equivalent of fire or burns.
All right, Jarvis. I think there's one more thing I want to do before I let you rest. I'm going to with your permission, I'm going to put my hands on you, and I put my one hand over his heart and another hand over his forehead. So where am I? So my hands are like resting on him, and I'm imagining like my body, not like rigid erect, but my body suddenly like almost becomes like reinforced with natural gravity and the powers of the universe. And I'm sitting there, and I can feel that the hair on my arms stand up, and I'm channeling this energy that's within me, and I'm sensing the energy that's all around me in between us. And oops, sorry. And I'm going to perform the spell regenerative flow. And that
Okay.
let
Hmm.
me, I just want to look at my
No worries.
regenerative flow. Oh, I can't. Oh, I no, I have one dot. That's one pip. So I'm going to,
You
I think,
sure? Because you asked me regenerative restore flesh, not regenerative flow. We can
oh
change it,
no,
but
I'm sorry. I'm looking at my spell. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I it's on my sheet. It's just that I thought for some reason you didn't mark the pip off.
no, 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 no. Let me explain.
You,
You
no,
still have
I see it now. I'm sorry. I'm
no
sorry.
worries. I mean,
That's my mistake. Let me just look at my spells real quick.
no worries. You have all of them, of course. The new list of spells is Bending Bone, Mind is Whisper, Healing Ripple, Restore Flesh, Tranquil Bond, and Regenerative Flow. But you choose to put one dot on the
That's
Whisper,
correct.
Ripple, and Flesh. But if
I
you
was
want to
con
change that because you
No,
just
I
put
don't.
them there,
I
we can.
just I could I just no, I don't want to change them. I just confused myself because they were on my sheet, and just for some reason I thought you forgot to mark them off. But
No,
you're
no.
correct. I see what you did. That was um sorry. I just wanted
So you have two roads here. Okay. Um, Hotpot, you can let's say push your luck and try to get me a 12 on a very difficult roll, or uh, and literally cast it immediately, or spend like 10 minutes to half an hour, depending on how powerful is the spell, to use it
no
without the roll. It's one success, but it's standard. There is no chance of crit.
no, okay. I'm sorry. So it's been a few days. He's basically fully restored health wise.
If you spend a few days, yes, it will. If you want to
Okay.
just kick that process, yeah, the regenerative flow will be, giving that extra.
Yeah, no, I'm
And
sorry. So Hot Pot disengages from what he was doing, and he says, "I'm sorry. I don't think there's anything more I can do for you right now. I think the best thing for you to do is just get some sleep and rest. And I think in time, over the next few days, you'll be as fully healed as you can possibly be."
So let me just because I had to jump off there for a second. Um, so at this point, I went from I'm basically saying that I went from 18 to 30 HP for the first day of rest.
um, uh, yeah, it's a quarter of your health. You recover every
Yep.
day. So,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah. So that's 12 hit points because it's
Hmm.
48. Okay. Yeah. That's yeah. I'm honestly after this rest and knowing that you are basically safeguarding me against getting any kind of any other weird sicknesses, I'm already starting to feel a lot better, Hot Pot. A couple days, I'll be back on my feet and causing havoc all over the place. I promise.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you'll be writing new legends where someday they'll be building statues of the great Jarvis, and people will be praying and asking you for special help.
I'll make sure that there's more than just a side note about you, buddy. Um, hey, if you could if you see Kuhan walking around, you know, you don't have to have him coming here today, but when he has time, ask him to stop by. I just wanted to talk to him
Yeah,
about some stuff.
I can do that.
Thanks.
Okay. And yeah, speaking of that, you will um, be visited by Kuhan um, later on during the second day. His big, tall frame, you know, towering over your body that is still healing. You are, lay down. Is this big shark face, teeth everywhere on his, permanent smile. And just, what do you want?
Hey, Kuhan. I I don't know if you've heard what rumors you've been hearing might be going on around our expedition, but it was successful. He kind of like gestures to his body, as you can see. We're all still alive. Definitely a
Yeah,
positive. Yeah, the underwater water city is was beautiful in its way. Sad that all those people had to die in such a horrific way. Um, I know you're not really tied to it as closely, but I have to imagine you have some feelings about that.
yeah, I do.
Mm.
You were
Um,
offering your mm, condolences to me, or
uh, in a way, I mean, I don't know if you knew that city or you know, but still sad. You know, I'm
I
not.
I'm not from around this area, but I know of cities around here.
Mm. Still, it's sad to see that kind of loss of life. Um, but again, on the plus side, I feel like I was given an answer to what I was seeking from Ocean, and he kind of he it's probably close by. He reaches over and touches the book. Um, I was able
You
to
were
get
a
this
book
and
of
a
the
few other
flow.
items.
I didn't see one in a long time.
You you know what it is.
It's a religious book.
Hmm. It seems to be a book about about the pantheon.
Yes.
Uh, it, what are your feelings about this religion? You have good, bad, or indifferent?
My feeling about religion? None.
Indifferent, right?
Not exactly
Um,
different. But after the things I saw and the things I needed to do, I prefer to stay away from church.
I can appreciate that. I'm not trying to change anybody. I'm just trying to let myself change. Um, but I I can't read it. Um, I
I don't
know
think
you can't.
I can here on the surface.
Mm. And I don't necessarily want you to read it to me,
Mm,
but maybe we could find a way to um, I could find a way to learn your language, learn as much of it as I can, start deciphering it.
that's a problem there. And this
Uh,
is one of the reasons why no one speaks Rikishi on the surface. You guys don't have the vocal cords for it.
hmm,
My language is vowels and reverberation. Is not something that humans can do.
yeah,
However,
hmm,
you see him inhaling, etc. You are not human, are you, Jarvis?
I'm starting to come to light. There's something more to me and to my quest. And he puts his head back and he rubs and kind of pulls at his gills a little bit and tries to make a noise out of his throat that is the kind of noises that a human wouldn't necessarily be able to make. And maybe in his ears, he hears something that would sound like a man making the cry of a baby of his people. You know, just to draw a parallel and kind of like I've never heard a human make that kind of a noise before, but I've heard it in my sleep and I've realized that I can do it. And there's something more to me.
You are trying to understand our religion, and if I get it correctly, you are trying to get closer to what you call Oshun.
Hmm. And not just ocean, uh, but I want to understand all of it. I'm partial to that goddess, but after seeing the mural and the research that I've been doing and the visions, the enlightenment, I don't know what it is that I've been seeing in my dreams about them. Somehow, uh, not Captain Kidd. I'm sorry, I'm drawing Jolly Roger. There's some mystery to be had.
Don't know much about a person that died 300 years ago,
Hmm.
but I can tell you this. And this is something, and you will find also in the book of the five currents. And he touched the book. the dry-minded, and with this with this word dry-minded, he meant the people on the surface.
Yeah, yeah.
They think about this cosmology just in sections, while we pray all of them together.
Hmm.
Starting with the first current. And in Rekisi, he pronounced the name. And they sounds completely different for what you know. Thazagua, Tharo, Mirasu, Kariba, or Shuna. This is the way he called the goddess. Kariberu, no Karuna, sorry. So Oshun is the way that the people of the surface call what he calls Hoshuna. That is, when he pronounces it, it's not like high sound, but there is like a long sound that come out from his throat.
Almost like a resonance uh, uh, key in his throat, with that metal key kind of sounding in a sense.
Yeah, because they speak under the pressure of the ocean. So
Hmm.
sounds, it doesn't come out like on the surface. There is a thick barrier,
Hmm. Hmm.
of water
Hmm.
that you need to consider that is all around them all the time. So
To
they,
learn the language, you almost need to be underwater to fully appreciate what it is.
and in terms of sounds that you above the table can connect it to it, think about whale songs. That's
Hmm.
how
Yeah.
Rikis sound. But but because our words and etc. not just sounds, it's almost like the whale song. If someone that speak an Asian language like Korean or Chinese or Japanese is speaking through that kind of waves,
Hmm.
and it's a beautiful language, but as you can understand, it's almost impossible to produce by normal vocal cords.
Hmm. Hmm.
But please.
um, yeah, you're speaking of you're, you're saying the mother of the moons,
That's one of her name, yes.
at least the one I know for now. Again, I wasn't told this. I arrived to this conclusion kind of my own, that I needed to understand all of them, not just one or the other, or each of them individually. They are a unit. They are collective. They work off of each other. And so I know this in a dream. Like I am able to see deep into my own genetic past to decipher this. And my physical body is changing to accept the information. So I'm asking an agnostic maybe for help learning a religion.
I'm not agnostic. I believe in the gods. I don't follow them.
You believe your own way, not the way you're told.
I believe in the five currents.
Hmm.
That is the way he called them.
Hmm. I get it.
I believe that they exist. I believe that they're changed the world as around us. Yes. Do I
Uh,
follow
your
the teaching? Not anymore. Because what people ask me in the name of the gods left a scar that I don't like to tickle.
I can respect that. I don't seek to follow any mortal being's understanding of this. I seek the truth. Seek to understand it for me, and if what I find works for others, then so be it. I'm not trying to start a new religion or anything. I just want to know what the mystery is.
And in the next few days, you're going to be able, with him, um, to start to learn how to read Rekishi more than speak it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, is a cuneiform kind of language, more
Mm-hmm.
symbol than actual word. Sometimes two or three symbols together means something, but based on how you, the context of the sentence, the meaning can change.
Mm-hmm.
And I will um, read you one thing that
Mm-hmm.
is going to be the part that you're going to be able to do on your own right now in this week and a half, because translating an entire book is not something you unfortunately you do in a couple of days.
The rest of
There
my
is
life.
yeah, there is a admonition to the reader right at the beginning. um let's say they read like this: um do not take those pages as dry-minded read. Do not seek in those pages the measuring cord, the merchant numbers, or the judge division. This is not a book for those who wish to cage the sea inside a jar. This is a book for those who kneel in the depth and listen. Remember this, the wise know this. The sea doesn't explain itself. The sea doesn't reveal itself in pressure, in tide, in anger, in silence, in ruins, in birth. That's where the real sea is. Those are the currents that we know. Those are the events reflected below. Those to the Rikishi remember what others only fear. You will enter the truth of the five currents. You will empty your lungs out of the pride, and you let the water crush every arrogant thought. The first tide. Before the first reef lifted its crown of stone, before the first moon opened his eyes above the black waters of the sky, before the first creature learned the difference between darkness and light, there was the first tide. We know her as Tazagwa. Tazagwa is not her name. It's only the title we give her, how mortals remember her. She is who stands beside Taho. She was the wife of Taho. She was hidden by her own will. Her true name is not spoken among the livings, and never will. Not because the table forgot it, not because the priesthood failed to preserve it. No, it was hidden by the mother of life herself. For that which may be grasped, for which may be grasped, may be wounded, for which may be wounded, may be unmade. Therefore, the first tide buried her own true name in the deepest trench below, deeper than light, deeper than memory, deeper than the bones of kings and leviathans. That no mortal and no priestly ambition, no hungry spirit, no foolish summoner may seize the root of life and bend it towards ruin. Thus the true name sleeps where only the gods may descend. And yet, through her name is hidden, her work is not. Every egg remember her warmth, every womb remember her patience, every seed remember her silence, every first breath remember her mercy, every current that rise from the stillness remember the first tide. She is the opening of the sea, she is the womb before motion, she is the pulse before time, she is the alpha current, not first in rank, but first in becoming, not quit by decree, but mother by sacrifice. Therefore is it said, when the first sea learned to move, he moved because Tazaqua had already chosen to love what did not yet exist.
Heavy. There's a lot there. Thank you, Kuhan. This is a good place to start. I take some time to think about this. Um, Before you go though, I wanted to make sure these things are still here with me. It takes out I have 3 platinum bowls, and the armor.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Actually, the Rock is the one who got this armor.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure, I mean, unless we don't need it, for its value, the bowls have platinum in them. I want to make sure that the captain sees what at least some of our spoils are. Um, I'm going to keep the book, and I'm going to keep this amulet. He shows him the amulet. I have an idea about what this might be. And there's also this knife. But I might let's see if Geraldine might want the knife. But
I'm no priest, Jarvis, but I think this is, if I heard about your adventure there in the temple, there were
yeah,
guardians there, right?
yeah, there were.
Yeah, this is a fail safe for them.
uh Well,
The owner of this hamlet controlled the guardians.
yeah. I don't know if it only controlled those ones or if it might control others.
If you ever happen to go back down to Rikisi one day, maybe.
That might be the plan.
And with all respect for David, we are
Yeah.
moving.
No, thank
Um,
you.
I hope I didn't bother you with all that reading. um, that is a summarize of what you learn during the first week of translating this. The book of the five current is, has a lot in it, and of course each current is, explained. There are rituals and etc. I will give you a lot to read about in the between session. But that was the first part that you were actually able to translate during this first week and read on your own. So, before I jump back to you for another interesting interaction with NPC or between players, who's going to delight me with their adventure on the ship?
I mean, I'll go. It seems like it's pretty quiet, so I'll take the helm as it were.
Yeah.
All right. So Rock's got a few things he wants to take care of. First thing, when I get onto the boat,
Hmm.
within like the first hour, like we're like, okay, we're on the boat, everything's fine. We did, I actually met Kuhan before, like early on, and I go to the part of the boat where he was before, basically, because
Yeah.
that's where he seems to be, and I go, I wanted to give you something because I feel like we visited something that was important to you, and I asked for your advice. So he literally just hands Kuhan the bowl. I'm like, here's something to at least remember, even if you don't want to go back there, something to remember where you came from. And he hands it to him.
He,
Yeah, I just literally hand it to him. Here you go.
yeah, he touch it, he grab it, and it is a normal bowl size,
Yeah, yeah.
bowl size, even for it's tall but not
Yeah,
massive.
yeah, yeah, no, it's.
And he just it's permanent sharky smile, just go a little bit higher when you touch it,
It's
and
probably not the best of the bowls. I did see others, but at least, something for you.
I appreciate the gesture, Rock.
Okay, I'll just
And
sort of nod.
and
He's a
he
man
just
of few words.
hug
I'm not gonna hold him there.
hug
Here.
on your shoulder.
No. Oh, thanks. He's a big dude.
Yeah, and he's going to take it. And hot pot. From now on, Kwan has his own plate. He's all we want to be served on this bowl. So every time you serve food, he's going to be there with that bowl on the table.
That's worth it, honestly. That if it rocks mine, just the image of Kuha drop in the bowl every time to have a dinner.
Yeah, I mean, maybe like you said, it's not a massive things, but consider for his point of view.
Yeah.
You guys know that he cannot go back.
Right. That's what so here's the thing. Rock has, as everyone has seen, a thing about his home country, and he has the same mentality of, oh yeah, I can't go back there. That place is not good for me, basically. So, but he doesn't really have a lot from there. So he's like, he sees it from Kuhan's perspective, where he's like, oh, he probably, if he had the opportunity to get something from his homeland, even if it wasn't his homeland, he would probably take it.
Yeah.
And so, as a manner of respect, because he asked Kuhan if he wanted to go, I'll give him this thing. That was the idea, you know.
Hmm. Uh,
So
and yeah, no, he will not show, like he's not a man of,
yeah,
oh,
yeah, I
come
assumed.
here, hug me, or etc.
Neither
etc.
was
No,
Rock really.
that
That's all.
that pat on your shoulder is pretty much all the
The extent of his.
gesture that you is ever going to.
That's fine. It wasn't about that. It was about I felt like it was the right thing to do, so that's why he did that.
Yeah, and he will use it. Then he
Okay,
will use that
that's fine.
every single day from now on. That is his own personal plate. Um,
Also, he's thinking about that time where he thought Kuhan was gonna like cut the rope back in like the beginning of the game. So he's just like, oh, this is kind of like an apology. Here you go,
yeah,
buddy.
it's like you're going to cut and let me drop in the ocean. And you're like,
Well, because he doesn't know the guy. It's just a big dude. And he's like, okay, go first. And he's like,
no, fair,
anyway,
fair, absolutely. You didn't have the relationship and the trust that you
right.
have.
So this is like, here you go, sort of an apology and a gift in the same token. All right. So after that, I will probably try and find. This is probably later in the day. Like I'll have dinner and things like that. I'll try and find the ship's engineer, who I probably know, but out of game, I don't know who that is exactly.
Okay, there is not an actual engineer on board,
Okay.
and what I mean is, um, there is a person that actually do the repairs.
Right.
Yes, but it's not. Everyone a little bit has their carpentry expertise.
Right. Okay.
Um,
Who is the person that generally, when Rock goes out to do stuff, like who's the person that looks like the most competent, right? Like who shines in that regard?
yeah, let me take a
Sure,
quick look to, the other um, member of the crew.
sure,
Um, hmm, just 1 second.
sure.
Grimwald. Grimwald will be your man. The man from uh, Ingeteer.
Okay.
It's that kind of guy that looks a little bit like a druid with, like big long beard, long
Hmm.
hair, usually wear like leather stuff, heavy coat, and etc. It's a kind of guy that prefer to stay uh, most of the time outside more than than
Right.
out
Yeah. Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And he has some low level kind of spells that help him to regrow stuff. So, just getting to uh, fix a plank and etc. You can kind of
Sure.
communicate with the
Okay.
wood to help it to fix it.
Oh, that'll
So
that'll
that's
that'll work. I will talk to. Shoot, I already forgot his name. I will talk to him
Grimwald.
about Ingrid. Is it? Sorry, repeat.
So Grimwald,
Grimwald.
yeah, in just
Okay,
one word.
Grimwald.
Grimwald.
I will talk to Grimwald about the gears that I have gotten, and I'm looking at them like what would be the best application? Because these are basically relics. This is a bag full of like ancient technology. I don't know how to use all of it, but I bet you we could use some of it to make like the till, or you know what I mean, like other parts of the ship work better.
To improve part of the ship.
Right.
Yes.
And so, but he's got more experience on the boat than I do, literally on the boat. So I'd like to talk to him first and be like, where do you think these would be best used?
Grimold, it's it's going to try to study them with you,
Sure.
but like you said, he's not the expertise engineer here. He's
Yeah.
like to let you, if there is a barrel that need to be fixed, he's your guy.
Right. Yeah, I get that.
If you want to build like an elevator to get to the crow nest, that is more like, okay, we need to study it from scratch because it doesn't know how to do that.
No, no. But what I'm thinking is we take parts that are more primitive and we replace them with with these relic gears that are going to be better for that.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you to roll a crafting and let me double check of a couple of things on your character sheets. I'm going to ask you 3 rolls in total.
Oof.
Each success will help you on the next roll.
All right. So crafting and
We start with
agility.
crafting.
6 dice.
I will say you can use right now. You can use your cunning because okay. It doesn't change much, but you can use your cunning on it.
I think I
It
get less. I think because I get the modifier of my agility gives me a +1.
I
But
understand, but this at the moment this is not about making things. Is more studying to
okay, yeah.
actually understand how.
4 dice, 6 dice
Um,
total. Okay, 6 dice total, and then I will roll that quick. Okay, so I did get 2 6s, so that's a good start. Um, how many do I keep with two? Always forget silly things.
uh,
Um,
you have 2 dots on crafting.
yes.
Okay, so you keep 2.
Oh, nice. All right. So 2 6s are obviously the keeps. Uh, and I will roll for explosion.
One time, yes.
Okay. 12. Oh, hey, 17.
Very good. So above standard in terms of what you are looking for. Um, yeah. Okay. Hmm.
I'm basically relying on him on not necessarily on the where do the gears go, but like, can you morph that to the right so that we could put the gear in the right place and then bend it, Because I know that they're not technical in that way, but they're more like,
Yeah.
you know.
So by the end of of this week and a half of traveling, you're going to be able to build something easy, something not very too much
Right,
complicated.
right, yeah, yeah.
But you are on the right path. Was the first role. The second role I'm going to ask you is an insight to apply those things you are building to an actual use for the ship.
Oh, good. Insight. I love insight. Okay, so that's 3 plus 7 dice. Okay. Insight, one of my favorites. So let's see, 4 and 3. Okay, so I'm gonna keep 2, um, 10. What the seg does 6, but the 6 explodes.
Yes.
Oh, I just realized I didn't add my modifier for that other one. Just so you know.
Don't worry, don't worry. I
Okay,
consider.
okay, okay. Sorry. 10, and then I'm gonna roll my 6, which is gonna give me a 5. So 15. 15, and the modifier, which is 17.
17. Another success. So we got another good success on the matter. And because of the previous success, I lowered the difficulty.
Okay.
And because of this second success, I'm going to lower the difficulty also on the last one. There is going to be a navigation roll, and in this case, navigation will help you. Like, okay, I study how those things works. I try to understand where I'm going to put them
Fair.
on the ship, and now I'm going to apply those things on the ship itself.
All right.
And the difficulty is now a 14 or higher.
Okay, so navigation and cunning. Sure, 6 dice. 6 dice, and I want to get decent roll.
Brian, I do have a token if you feel like you need one.
Um,
I mean, 14 is not a huge number,
what's up?
but I figured I'd throw it out there. The 14 is not a huge number, but I just figured I'd throw it out there.
I want this to be on Rock's roll. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like
want to throw it out there.
yeah, critical tokens should be used for moments. If this messes up, I have a chance probably to fix it. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be like blowing my arm off unless I roll really poorly or something.
Nope.
So I'm gonna let Rock take responsibility fully for it. So okay, that's not too bad. So I didn't get any 6s, but I did get 2 5s. So that's 10, and then gives me the cunning bonus is only 12. We need 14, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there some other thing I can apply? Let's see. Just give me a quick check here.
Take your time.
Let me look at. Oh, I could try doing a snake thing. Hold on. Now it's going to be much more complicated. I apologize. Remember,
It's okay. I'm interested. So please let me know.
ally. Yeah, take damage. That's not going to help. Persuasion, charm, or performance. No. Observing a character. No. No. Damn it all. I should have picked a crafting one. No. Okay. It is unfortunate. I just failed by 2, basically, because if it's 14, it was 12.
It was 12. So, that means that your first, attempt to apply these things is not good.
Okay.
That doesn't mean that it's a complete failure. That needs a little bit more time and a little bit more testing.
To be fair, that's how progress is. It's not like you're going to be like, oh, I slapped it together, it's perfect.
Exactly. So, but because you succeeded on 2 roll out of 3, I will tell you this: by the end of the week and a half of traveling, you are going to be, you're going to rich land that you're going to say, okay, guys, I leave you this to you. This,
Yeah, yeah, I get
Greenwald,
it.
you know how to work. So for when we are getting back, this is going to be builded on the ship, and we are going to discuss what it is.
Right, that's fair. The one last thing before I say that plan, put that plan in motion, is probably I have to confirm with the captain that these modifications are okay with them. It's their boat, so I will probably have to check in with her.
Yeah, but just to be precise, it's not her boat, it's your boat, guys. Because as I remind you, the captain of a pirate ship, it's elected, not you know.
Okay, I seek approval of the elected official for the building permit, basically. You know?
Because the thing is, on a pirate ship, that's for historical reference and etc. Every main decision was taken by majority of votes. The captain has act as a captain, and give the orders that everyone's follow, mostly during fighting situation or plundering and specific mission. The rest of the time, this is also the reason why the captain always discuss with you guys. All the decisions are made together.
Okay, so do I need to hold? Do I have to hold like a council, or do I like talk to her and then?
You talk to her. You talk to her,
Okay,
and she will also inform the rest of the crew. Greenwald is already on board with this because you're building it with him,
yeah,
and this is not something you do in a couple of days. So
no.
most of the people on the ship will be aware of what you guys are doing, and they are okay with it, especially because you are not trying to build something that make the ship worse. You try to improve it.
I'm trying to fix basically speed and flexibility. That's what we're aiming at. We're trying to come up with we're gonna have to leave real fast probably from wherever we are. So
Okay,
yeah.
fair enough. This is not going to be like had a motor to the ship. It's not going to go
No.
give you fast speed or traveling
I
and
I
etc.
I'm barely expecting like, hey, at least the sails turn faster than they should. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, no,
there's
no, no.
something
That's
different.
that's absolutely correct. And during navigation, yeah, if you improve those things on a ship, that will give a +1 or a +2. That is always good, especially during fighting situations.
Right. So we're just looking for an edge if we run into a situation like that. That's all Rock's working towards. Um,
And that is a very good, reasonable goal, and also something that everyone on board will approve, unless the rest of the players say, nah.
We'd like the slower mode, please. The less maneuverable would be great. Uh, okay, so that seems fine. Um, what I will say is that during this process, he will end up like talking to members of the crew. He'll end up talking to Olavita. If she has anything to say to him, there are moments where he's in an office talking to her about this plan, where he's probably got like on a blueprint, being like, "We need to get these things done and these things done if we're going to do this."
Okay. One evening,
Yep.
you are getting, you are
Yeah, I laid it
down
out on the
below,
table. Yeah.
lay down the plans on the table, and etc. Grimwald just pat you on the shoulder and said, "I'm going to sleep, mate," and etc. Is late. You are deep into this, and you are spending a lot of time trying to build these things, so you are
Yeah, no,
not.
I'm very focused on what I'm doing. That's rock to a T right there.
And another hand is patting you on the shoulder, and it's a feminine hand that you immediately, by the greenish color of the skin and etc., you realize is the captain.
I'll I'll look over quizzically to her, not in a like a shocked way, but more like I'll turn and be like, Captain, did you need to get a closer look of the diagram? It just looks just as
Um, The captain is like not looking at you, looking at the paper. Can you come to my cabin a moment?
Sure. That gets his attention from what he was doing, and he just starts. He's still going to carefully roll up the map and put it in the waterproof tube or something that he would have, and then he'd go start heading upstairs.
And she doesn't wait for you. You see her going straight to her cabin after literally delivering the message. And you when you enter the cabin, she's at their desk, um, scratching her head. Um, Oliver Snake are moving mm, quite alive, more than
Some
usual.
something bothering you, Captain?
Could you can you close the door, please?
Sure. He'll like kind of like carefully close it behind him.
And the captain will move a cup close to you and fill hers and yours with a very thick brownish liquid.
I try to remember the drinks we had that other night, and does it just remind me of anything
No,
oh, this is something
that
different.
was a
Okay.
Rumfustian, and that was like more like I would say eggnog in terms of
Yeah,
color,
okay. This
etc.
doesn't look like
This
that. Okay.
no, this is looks like probably just to compare of a very thick Jack Daniels.
Sure, the captain's offering me a drink. I don't see why not. You know, let's see what she says first. So I'll sit down, not hesitantly, but because I assume she wants me to sit. She's like, at-
Yeah,
unless she wants me
gestured
to
to
stand at the desk across to be very even more awkward.
no, she gestured to
Okay, he'll like kind of stretch out, and his snakes, which are basically a ponytail, kind of just like go behind him and just relax. Though you do notice one or two of them kind of quizzically looking at the cup, like,
yeah. She just take a sip, put it down, liquid courage. Okay. I Rook, I need to understand something.
sure.
She just does this gesture indicating the two of you. You, her, you, her. What's going on?
You mean between us as crewmates, or between us as individuals? He'll look up.
She just don't look at you. She just
Ah,
keeps staring at the cup like,
the second then he tilts his head slightly.
uh-huh.
I have come to understand through our travels that there is a sort of attraction, and I believe it's mutual, even if you don't seem to want to admit that.
She blush. Yep.
Now, being the person that I am, I tend to be I was out of sorts, and I feel like I've worked on that, right? And so I was for a long time trying to figure out who I was. And now that I have a much bigger grasp on that, I think it's okay to like advance things if you feel comfortable with that. And she'll take a sip. Even he's trying to act cool, but he's just like it's like a negotiation at a war meeting. You're like, okay,
Okay.
it's a tap.
And it's a very strong whiskey what you are
Whew.
actually sipping right now.
And no, you said you wanted liquid courage, but what's the cut down? By the way, he never through this whole conversation. There's not one hint of like I'm making fun of you for being this. No, not one. It's like
No, she doesn't feel like you do.
okay,
Um, while she's not looking at you, all her snakes are staring in your direction.
Can I? Oh, sorry. I'll wait until you're done, and I'll ask a question.
No, no, please.
Okay, this might be a larger aside, so I apologize if it is. What are customs like from Fratiker? Like, what is a Gorgon relationship like from Fratiker? Because like he doesn't really had a family in that way.
Okay.
FYI.
So the thing is, you are you left your country long ago.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
your
correct.
reference of
It's almost
courtship
non-existent.
is
Non-existent.
pretty much non-existent.
Yeah.
Plus, she is not from Pradikar, she's from Hugre, so the how relationship work there, you don't know nothing about. Maybe Jarvis knows something, but
Oh
you
yeah,
are.
yeah, we can't call Jarvis in and be like, yeah, okay, gotcha. Okay.
Um,
I'm glad we're on the same level of like neither of us knows. That's probably where a lot of this awkwardness comes from. Okay, gotcha. Okay, we can go back now. Go ahead.
yeah, go back now. Um, so I I think I catch some feelings. I appreciate your um, straightforward but quiet courtship. um, I'm not sure that right now this will be the best thing for us, but let me finish.
One of as I just want you to know, one of the snakes popped up and then went right back down.
Because
Go.
there is
Okay.
something that I keep I keep it for myself, even if some of the crew probably already understood. And I don't want to make something that is going to. She get a little bit somber for a moment. I'm not going to be able to be with you for a long time. What I mean is, I don't know what you're looking for, but this is not a relationship that can grow beyond probably few months.
Can you, without divulging exactly why, could you give me a little bit more specifics? Because if it's something to do with your vulnerability as the captain and saying that because of the position you're in, you're more likely to have problems like that come up, like in combat and such. I don't really get exactly what you mean by that.
Take another sip, and I want you to roll me a persuasion
That's
roll.
yeah, okay. I mean, I figured it would go to that somewhere. Persuasion roll. Because he's heard rumors of it, but he's never gotten anywhere close to what she means exactly.
Yeah,
Um,
and
so,
because of
so
your persuasion, I'm going
pers-
to tell you already this is a hard roll.
okay, fair. My persuasion,
Especially
yes,
because we need to tell you things that are very personal.
right. And remember, he's not asking for the actual like this is the curse or whatever that's been placed upon me or whatever it may be,
No,
but
no, no. But it's
persuasion.
also Alvida, and she is very, she didn't. You guys never actually heard a lie from her.
Right. So okay, so persuasion is presence. Okay, so 7 dice. I would jokingly ask for the chip now, but it would be really weird and awkward for Garvis just to pop in and be like, "You got this," you know.
It will be great, but a very comedic scene. But no.
Okay. Well, I get to keep two. All right, so let's see. 6 and 4. One of them explodes. Too bad I didn't get two sixes. It is a shame. So that's 10 and 3, 13, 13, and his bonus for presence, 16. Let me see if I actually might have some other ability because this is one of those
Mm-hmm.
kind of things. Perception, secret route, stealth, navigation, awareness, false ledgers. I thought this is not a perception check exactly. Um, Odd. I thought I had some sort of weird actual other skill.
Yeah, unless you want to use one of your psionic abilities, but
No, that seems wrong. I it seems wrong. And so he'll I'll roll that as the 16. The 16 is the roll I'll do. There was a moment where it looks like he could have, but he refuses. So he'll just say it's at the 16. That's where I'm going.
16. Good. So she just wait for a second. I'm not going to go into detail, Rock, but this is my last voyage. From this mortal coil. That's what I meant with my when I say I'm not going to be able to give you much.
Wow, okay. I have to kind of do this because this is kind of what Rocket do. Is her hands like on the table,
Her
like
hands are holding
the cup, the
the
cup in her
cup.
hand? Okay. He will. He won't reach across the table because that's not the kind of he's not that's way too much. But like he'll like gently put his hands on the table and goes, if it's a question of it being too short, that your life is going to be too short, then why the hell? And he'll like look at you. Would you not want to grasp any happiness ahead of you? It just like looks like almost straight at her.
It's not that I don't want to. I don't want you to. If you lose me now, it will be a wound, but you are going to heal faster. If I seek the happiness you're talking about, it would be much more harder. And I saw what those wounds mm, give to you, gave to you. He's talking about your trauma, of course.
Yeah, no, yeah, and yeah, and sorry, I'll wait till she's done saying it, but I'll have something to say at the end of that.
I'm just honest, Rock. I don't want to hurt you. So, what do you think is best from my point of view? Tell you it's never gonna happen and hurt you a little bit now, or give you the something that you know. I don't want you to and she just
No, no,
go
no, no, no.
and
Yeah, she
does a,
look. Yeah, yeah. He looks like she's in distress, but he goes. He stops the captain line because this is a personal conversation at this point. Elvita, listen, and I'm saying this as a person, not as a subordinate. You are the leader of a ship. The ship that you have filled with love. You have found people from broken places and given them a home here on the ship, right? You certainly did that for me. I was a mess. I still kind of a mess, but not as much as I used to be. If you do not seek that same thing for yourself, how is that any different? How is that fair for you? Just to say that, oh, I will not, they'll harm me in some way later. Like, harm me. If anyone on the ship, believe me, I know there's other people here who have trauma. If there's anybody who's taken enough hits already, I think that's more the reason to go for something after what I've been through. And they'll stop there. And then now he'll have a drink. He'll be like,
everyone on board of this ship was chosen for a reason. I wanted this ship to become home for every one of you. And I love every one of you like my children. And there is going to be a moment where children doesn't need the mama anymore. Believe, and I'm going to say this, try to understand between the lines of what I'm saying, but the children leaving behind mama is natural order. For a husband, it is not. And I just don't want that for you. As she start to not have not actually crying, but you can see there is a little bit of tear in her eyes.
okay. He thinks about he takes it all in, gives her a moment when he thinks about it. You are the captain of a pirate ship on an adventure to take Captain Kidd's treasure, right? That's what we are.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right. It's like at least like kind of level with me, right? You should strive to be a little bit more adventurous. If I get hurt, if that's on me, I get that. Okay? And I know you're saying the hurt is going to be different because it'll be someone close. It'll be someone on the boat. And you know, I have grown attached to a lot of the people on this ship. But I feel that you should just and try to enjoy your life on the boat, even if your destination is terminal. Because everybody's is. And then he'll stop there, and that's pretty much the end of his glass. Like he'll tip it, and he'll be like, "I think we're gonna need to refill these."
She, you notice that she keeps sipping hers, but she's not going through the whole things.
Yeah, yeah.
And she just put the glass down and gently refill yours. Still not looking at you right now. Um, she just rem remove
By
her.
the way, like if he has like that's something funny. He kind of he well goes to grab a handkerchief, but it probably has like oil and like he works with gears. He looks at it and goes, He goes and finds another one. Oh,
She
I'm
just
not.
loses
I'm not here to
her
make you
sleep.
upset here. It is just. He goes like, that's not my intention. If anything, it's the opposite of that intention.
She put her hand on the table and almost inviting.
Sure. He'll put his hand out and be like,
She just take it, and you guys are gonna spend quite some time in silence.
"That's fine. Yeah."
She is not sobbing, but she's slowly trying to calm down and etc. I need another persuasion roll from you with advantage.
The with advantage part did make me giggle a little bit. Let's see, 4, 7. I think it's gonna be again. Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure
That
it is.
means, just I remind you, with advantage means you roll an extra dice. So, but you still keep the same amount of before. It's just you
Okay.
have an extra little chance to roll a 6.
Persuasion. All right. Sorry, I was doing the math. The advantage gives me a bonus. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, no, it gives you an extra dice.
Oh, give me an
So,
extra dice. 8 dice. Okay.
but you still keep the same amount of dice. It's just, the extra bit that maybe you roll a 6.
All right. Sounds good. Ooh. Okay. That's 2 6s. That'll help.
Yep.
So I keep the 2 6s, and then they can both explode because I have 3, right? Yeah.
If you have 3, yes, but you don't keep just the 2 6s. You keep 3 dice. Remember?
Oh. Oh, damn. I have 3 6s.
Okay, you keep all of that, and you re-roll 2 of them.
Okay, I'm gonna reroll my 2 6s then.
This
So,
is one of those moments where you need to roll that eye.
so let's see. That was 12. So I started with an 18 because of the 3 6s. That's
Yes.
hilarious. Okay, and now let's see. Okay, 18 and 4, still pretty good. Let's see, and I haven't added my modifier yet.
No.
So 18 and 4, so 22, and my modifier for press is 25. Yeah,
Okay,
and
guys.
plus the compelling argument that he's trying to
Plus the
present.
compelling argument, because was a difficult, hard roll on a tier 2 character.
3 6s does that, man.
Yeah, and you hit the difficulty level above R, that is called heroic.
Heroic.
That
Nice.
goes between 24 to 26.
Right on
So
the line, like Rock liked it.
bum. So this is a between 10 or 30% chance that this will happen on a regular roll. That's very good. Alvida will leave your hand, stand up, and sit on the side of the table with you.
Uh, Rock suddenly realizes that he was successful. He wasn't sure at first, so he probably has a shocked look for a moment, and then looks over and goes, "Oh." And it's like I picture it like fades, like the shot fades down.
She will gently
Yeah,
grab both of your hand.
yeah.
She will say this. Okay. Mm, I still don't know what this is.
Yeah, that's fair.
And honestly, Rock, I'm a little bit scared. I need I need to take things slow. Unfortunately, don't have time for slow. I'm asking you to be patient with me and to understand that I'm just trying to do what's best for crew and for us. I'm not pushing you way up. I just
he'll like he'll do like an understanding like hug while she's trying to discuss, not to stop her from talking, but to be like, like it's okay. You can he understands where she sits on it. You know what I mean? Like,
Because of your very good success, your heroic success, she will tell you a couple of things. She's now, you are kind of hugging her, you're sitting in front of each other,
right.
she lean into you, her snake are wrapping pretty much around your shoulder, and there is this quiet moment between the two of you, and she tell you this. I was Stormcaller Priestess of Ugre. My life was dedicated to Vashtaria, her wisdom, her knowledge. And she showed me something one day. My goddess decided to choose me to have vision. You can understand how blessed I felt. I had a long vision with two different paths in front of me. I will grow old. I will be good priestess. I will help community, but nothing more. Or I will take the sea, collect broken souls, give them a home, and die finding a way to make their life better. You know what I choose.
He'll nod.
And the only thing I want is to make your life good. I want to make everyone's happy at the end of this.
But
I'm not a pirate. I'm just someone that decided to help. And
who is going to help you? And that's it's just that's the kind of thought that he was trying to go with. It's like, yeah, you're helping all these people. Your life is helping people, but who is there to help you? You picked me up from the ground when I first thing I unfortunately did, maybe it was too soon, was tell you about all these things that had happened to me. But you did that. And so I think the universe owes you a favor. And I think you should be able to have your life helped.
she just,
Because he's anti magic. He just thinks that everything is just like, you do it, that's you. you know? Like, that's the power of people. That's all it is.
she hide her head, not, in the space between your shoulder and your neck.
Yeah, yeah.
Just rest there. You can feel a little bit of the wetness of her tears. She's now sobbing softly, gently, and she grips on your shirt like a lifeline.
Yeah. Because she probably doesn't had anybody be like, who's helping me? Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's had to hold all the stress for this entire trip.
And it is a very cathartic moment for her. The hand with she raising her head slightly, and she just give you a nice butterfly kiss on your jawline, and she just give you a glance and blush a little bit. not knowing what she just did was the right thing to do.
He'll just look at you and goes, "We'll work on it," and it's kind of like that's around, like kind of like gently. It's just like it's all right. We're gonna have to work on it, but we got a little time. He'll smile.
And you're sure that for just a slight second, you you see that that was not the right, not the response she was
Well, no,
expecting.
no, but yeah, well, again,
She just smiled.
that is a very it's still very rock to be like he said the right thing, but not quite the right way.
Yeah. And she just bite her lip for a second. You never see her doing it. Um, and she just give you another one on your cheek and almost expectantly look at you.
Oh yeah, well, he'll he'll give the same back.
There is going to be an exchange of soft, very lovely, very, heartfelt, gently kisses. And there's going to culminate in a very kind of heartwarming, kind of a little bit childish kiss on your lips. And that will be it for
Yeah,
nice encounter between the two of you. But she's that is what I'm going to tell you. For the next few days,
yeah.
she's not going to mention it or showing any sign of a public displays of affection. And
Okay. But no, that's expected. Rock didn't think she would, so that's not unexpected.
and but sometimes during the rest of the weeks and those quiet moments, she will call for you a couple of times, and after that become a kind of a regular things that before you go to sleep, the two of you will be in a cabin, mostly I will say cuddling,
Yeah, just hanging out, talking about stuff. Yeah, that's fine.
but you're going to see a side of Alvida that is not the person that is taking care of everyone,
Right. That makes sense
but
based on
need
what he. Right.
someone to hold her. She doesn't ask for much, but just to be holder tight in your arms and just relax.
Okay. I think that's all really Rock wanted. Like he didn't expect like a full blown like that it's like
That's not her.
they're both super awkward. So no one was expecting that as an outcome.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can consider that you are kind of together at the same time. There's no label on this. This
I
is just two people learning to be with each other.
okay. Fair. But that's
And
what yeah.
yeah, no. Do you want to do anything else?
No, I think I've caused enough trouble. I'm doing
Sure.
enough interesting things to the ship already. I think I'm good. I'll stop there.
Perfect. So we move from this very, very sweet scene to Adrienne or Zippo, so are Miguel and Oppot. Who of you are going to delight us with your adventure on the ship?
You got this, Zeppo.
You sure?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So Hot Pot, after tending to the wounded and anyone who needs medical
Attention.
attention, he returns to his cabin and he sits sits down and he's just thinking very tentatively. And he gets down on the floor on his hands and knees, and he reaches underneath his cot and he pulls out this wooden box and he places it on his bed.
Mhm.
And he gently opens it. And inside the box, you see the cloak that Jarvis gave Hot Pot recently.
Yep.
And he's looking at it thoughtfully, trying to reach out with his presence and gain some kind of knowledge. And he reaches to pick it up, and before he does, he almost caresses it like he would a lover. And he takes it with both hands and he picks it up. He smells it before he unfolds it and lays it on the cart. And he's looking at it, and almost as if he stops and completely diverts his attention to something else, he takes a jar of sea salt, and another jar of charcoal, and he adds a little bit to a mortar and pestle, and he grinds them up until they're thoroughly mixed, and he sets them aside. And he takes a mixing vessel and he pours a generous amount of spirits into the mixer, and then he adds almost like a black liquid with the consistency of molasses, and he adds some freshly squeezed citrus juice, and he adds uh, a heaping tablespoon of a fine powder that's like an instant coffee.
Mhm.
And then finally he adds um, some like a pinch of salt, and he seals the mixing vessel and he shakes it. And then the next thing he does is he takes a tumbler and he wets the rim and he dips it into the charcoal sea salt concoction, and he adds the alcoholic beverage to the tumbler. And he takes a deep breath, like he's just really trying to enhance his senses. And he takes a sip, and then he takes another one, and he gulps the entire drink down. And the next thing he does is he gets into lotus position on the floor, and he tries to sit upright like he's this ancient temple that's using the plumb line of gravity to support and strengthen his body so he can just sit there with ease and he doesn't have to try to force anything. And he places a hand over his heart and another hand over his crown. And he's feeling the the
Goosebumps.
well, he had like his hair is standing up, he has goosebumps, but sense he's trying to focus his attention, so like not on the palms of his hands but the backs of his hands, and the sensitive parts of his skin, the like the not the internal but the external parts of his body. He's pushing his thoughts and his energy there. And the next thing that he's trying to do is he's almost trying to push, he's trying to almost force an outer body experience. And he's trying to push his intelligence and his energy and his presence outside of himself, so that as he's in lotus position meditating, his spirit is also standing next to him with his hand on his back and maybe his other hand on his forehead or between his eyes, and he's trying to have this outer body experience, because the next thing he wants to do is he wants to perform a spell on himself.
On yourself. Okay, I'm going to ask you one rule first, but I also will give you an important information. The first spell I need to ask you is perception or insight. I let you choose on the matter.
Okay. They're the same, so 2 dice plus cunning, so a total of 5 dice.
Okay, good. But of
Oh.
course, based on what you choose, my answer will change.
Okay. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna choose perception.
Okay, good.
You want me to roll for that now?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. Okay, so 6 and a 4. I'm gonna re-roll the 6. I get a 5. So
We have a 15
15
plus
plus 2, so a 17.
17. Okay, as a good success. There is a smell lingering. Why you took the coat you were spelling it at the beginning, you didn't feel it. You put it back, you started your deep meditation, and you were going to try these spells on yourself and etc. And almost like the back of your mind, that smell hit you. You know it. This is the smell of someone you know.
Yeah.
And just for a moment, a partial part of like a name come to mind. What was it? It was Ash. Ash something. Ashfall. But you're not completely sure about it.
Yeah.
You feel like it wasn't that name. It's maybe
But
something else.
but she smelled like fresh rain on honeysuckle.
And now you can tell me what spells you're trying to cast on yourself.
Yeah. Let me just bring up my sheet real quick. Um, okay, where are we? Mind easing whisper.
You cast it on yourself. Very nice.
This spell clears a target's mind, aiding for focus or meditation, granting advantage 1d6 on intelligent rolls for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah. And you know that your target number is 8, and because you roll me this entire preparation, I will give you already an advantage on the roll. So please, I remind you that this use your wisdom plus your dot. So you got to roll me 5 dice, keep 2, the highest and the lowest. But because I gave you an advantage, you're going to roll me 6.
Okay. Keep the highest and the lowest.
Yes. And because I remind you, you have the spell and arcane herbal pouch. Um, I'm just thinking if that gave you a bonus of some sort. No, not in this case. But please roll the dice. I'm just looking at your character sheets right now.
Hmm. Okay. So I know it's the highest and the lowest, but I rolled 2 6s and a 5. But I rolled a 6 and I'm keeping a 6 and a 2, and I'm gonna re-roll the
The 6.
I explode the 6. I
Absolutely.
got
So
a
you already know that this is a success because you need a 8. So
I got a 10.
a 10 total because you got
Uh
another 2.
is that plus is that so that's with
Your wisdom modifier, yes.
I got a total of 12.
Very good. Is definitely a success. Um, and you feel your mind getting to focus. You feel your your meditation is pushing you towards what you need. And for a split second, you described me the fact that you had yourself almost like this projection of yourself holding you, putting a hand behind your back, and etc. Just for a split
Yeah.
second, in your mind, you see another. And let's say that this one that you projected on yourself was on your right side. This other one is a little, you can perceive it a little bit further back on your left side, hiding in the shadow. Present, but not clear. You feel there is something is missing, and thanks to the spell, thanks to the focus you have, that probably the answer is in that coat.
Hot pot. Upon completing his meditation, crawls into bed with the coat, and he like wraps his arms around it, and he falls asleep.
Okay, the moment you take the coat and you put it on yourself, it's not going to be an immediate change. It's like you're not just grabbing something.
Yeah,
it's going
yeah,
it's going to be some minutes and etc.
yeah, of
And
course.
you holding it tight, you feel it in your hand, you smell very that very familiar scent, and you feel something like paper. When you you're looking in the key in your pocket and you can feel it under the fabric. There is something like a piece of paper somewhere in this coat. Did you do anything about it, or you just try to fall asleep? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah. So you're saying is it's almost like he feels like there's something in one of his pockets, and he's trying to find it, but like I think it's here, but I reach into the pocket and the pocket's empty. But, oh, maybe it's
I will say yes. You feel like there is a pocket somewhere, and it's not the classic two pocket on the side, but there is a pocket or a hidden cavity somewhere because you feel a piece of paper.
Yeah,
Then
this is the clothing that I'm wearing, or this is what I feel through from the.
the cloak that you are holding.
Yeah. Oh, I sit up and I begin searching through it, trying to find a hidden compartment.
It took you a few minutes, but because of your high senses and etc., I'm not gonna make you roll for it, but you're very focused right now. Your mind is running through all possible scenario, and you finally find a tiny bit here where you can feel that there is a hidden compartment that you can unlock, but you need to rip the fabric a little bit. And I'm going to just describe it. If you decided to do so, you'll find paper. Just wrap it like this. What looks like a letter that is a little bit ruined. It's not fresh paper, it's not something written hastily. This has been in that pocket for a long time. And there is a message on it. And the message read, sorry, voice was gone for a second. Juliet, update requested. The consortium is waiting. Wake him up. Bloodcairn need to act. And that is the moment I'm asking you a wisdom roll.
Okay.
And the wisdom, it's just as a reminder for everyone out there, you take all your dice, you roll all of them, you keep all of them from your wisdom, but there's no 6 exploding.
Okay. So I'm rolling 4 dice.
Yeah, and you keep all of them.
12.
12. You, for a moment, you feel like a shock electricity goes through your brain. Your eyes roll back. Your head move upwards. And there is this moment of vision of something. And you don't see anyone else, you just see yourself. Younger, yes. Sitting on a table with chemical stuff and etc. You preparing a concoction, but that's not the important part. The important part is the person is sitting beside you. The woman that Jarvis killed a few months ago in Lady Vorash's vault. The woman that you're holding the coat right now. A woman that you know by different names. Juliette Codès, or what was the other one?
Seraphine Ashfall.
Ashfall. Code names for a member of the Shadow Consortium. Code names chosen to instigate fear in the enemy and to prevent everyone to actually discover your true identity, like yourself. Torkar Bloodcairn.
Many people knew her by many different names. I knew her by Seraphine Ashfall. She smelled like the fresh rain on honeysuckle. She evoked this fascination with everyone she met. Her movement was this dance of flames. She commanded the room with ease. And as easily as she could enchant people, she could just as easily as vanish. She contained so much energy, it was just a matter of time before she would not be able to contain it. There was this undertone of sadness. I thought one day she would lose control of that pure energy that constantly pushed out from inside of her and caused her, and would cause her eventually to go supernova. I think she knew that too. It seemed that knowledge guided her fate more times than she could count. We were a thing for a while until she decided it was not right. I'm not sure how it was wrong. She saw how I was changing for the positive, and she could also see that change reflected in herself. I believe that she was afraid. How does a woman without fear become consumed by the same power that could make stars go dark? Her emotions frightened her, and as a result, she called it off. She broke up our relationship because it was awakening something inside of her. I think those feelings hurt more than she knew how to deal with. The masquerade, the show, the vanishing act was more easier for her to live with than dealing with the pain of feeling those emotions. One day she vanished from my life and I never saw her again.
And last time you saw her, you didn't remember her. You didn't know who she was. You didn't know what she was doing there. Technically, you know she was an enemy. And Jarvis take care of it. What does make you the person that killed an agent or the person that killed her ex-lover? And that name that you now remember, that name, not just for her name, but also yours, is now hammering inside your head like a constant percussion. And you will fall asleep. Not immediately, it will take some times, but when you wake up on the morning after on the ship, you know something, you remember something that you are not sure how to deal with now. Because you remember why you were on this ship, why you decided to join this crew. And you look at your chestus, your iron-clad gloves that you usually use to beat people and break their legs and etc., etc. And you remember what was your final goal on this ship. Break the neck of Alvida Bransky. And you are the only one that knows. And now there is two of you. Hot Pot, trustworthy member of the crew, the cook, the healer, the person that everyone knows and everyone loves. And your old self, the code name that usually sends shiver down the spine of everyone else out there, Torkal. Then he's here with a mission, as mission that has been delayed for so long.
You know, Torkel, Hot Pot went to sleep almost like with his arms wrapped around the cloak, hugged, like holding it. He woke up, his his fists were wrenched around it, and tears were streaming down his face, and this rage just surged through his body.
And what Hot Pot is going to do with all this, compressed emotion that, like your new name, are boiling inside you. You are ready to burst. That hot pot of emotion is bubbling up. This is not going to be an easy decision. But this is a moment where you're on a path that lead 1, 2, 3 different way,
Yeah.
and no one knows. The turmoil inside you is something you didn't share.
The only people who know are Hot Pot and Torkel. And they wake up with the cloak squeezed between his fists, and immediately sets out to modify its fabric so that he could easily put it around himself, even if it's a little short, even if it looks a little funny. But he begins to sew and modify and rip the fabric and change it so it can easily rest over his shoulders and modify his himself and his skills.
You have been a very excellent, I would say, little agent for the Shadow Consortium for most of your life. A path that you've chosen, a path that you follow for a long time. And you concocted this plan to erase Torkal, to bring it deep and goes undercover, to learn everything you needed to know about the crew, about the captain, everything. That's where Hot Pot came from. And she was supposed to unlock you back. Give you those words. Give you those memory back. And she did not. And for just a little bit you wonder why. But that hit you. That fear you talk about. The moment where she was pushing you away because she broke your relationship because she was afraid of what you two were becoming. That's the reason she didn't do it. She probably saw you. She probably look at this new man you became, and decided that Torkel was not necessary. Or at least this is part of a conclusion of what you think happened.
Right.
Unfortunately, you don't have any proof because she's no more.
Yeah.
Killed by your best friend. Or is it?
Hot Pot, upon completing any modifications to the cloak, he like lovingly and gently folds it up and places it carefully back inside of the box, and he closes it and he slides it back underneath his bed for now. And he knows that the crew needs to eat, and he puts on his best face
Mm-hmm.
and gets to work because crew is hungry.
And the crew need to be fed.
The crew needs to eat what they deserve.
And we leave this very intense conflict in this turmoil inside Hotpot to get to Miguel. Because I didn't forget about you. So please, what Miguel is doing in this week and a half?
Well, a couple of things. First, it's a brand new day after going off and going on that little mini adventure. And he's gonna start off with he's gonna check out he's kind of want to check out the things that he got. I believe it was a book, and I think there was one or two other things that I wrote down in the wrong notebook. Do you
It's okay.
mind reminding me what was the other item I got off of the priestess?
The priest
Oh,
down.
priest. Sorry.
Yeah, no. One was if you remember, what was the knife, and other things. Sorry, I'm just trying to get to my notes. Sorry, guys.
I mean, no worries. I should have written down in this particular sketchbook. I have apparently three of the same sketchbook, and the one that I thought I left at home, I left at work. Oops.
It's okay. It's okay. Okay. Yes. We found the necklace that was given to Jarvis. We found the knife that you kept, and there was the armor. There was one of the armor that you guys decided to take, but that was from one of the other dead, guardians. The one that looked like a killer whale humanoid, and there was the bone prayer tokens. That was almost like a ceremonial jewelry.
Okay, so I have a knife. I have the book. I have a knife. Somebody else has the armor,
Yes.
if I remember correctly. And I have the necklace, correct? Okay, I'm just writing this down in this sketchbook so I can have my notes
No
correct.
worries. No worries.
All right. So the book, I imagine it's written in a language that I don't understand.
Absolutely no. It's the other book, not the one that Jarvis is studying right now, is the one that you guys found in the um, farmer house, if you remember.
Hmm.
And yeah, it's few pages, mostly written in Rikisi, so you don't have a clue of what is there. For you are just symbols.
Right. Close his book. Put a pin on that.
Hmm.
The knife. Can I inspect the knife?
Absolutely.
I'm
It's
an,
as I told you, it was a very, very nice ornamented, you know, dagger that is more like for oh, sorry, there was this cylinder. You remember? Where it was partially.
yes.
I will get back to that, but let me finish the.
Yes.
There is the coral prayer beads that I told you, and there is the cylinder, and there is this knife. It's more like ornamental. That this doesn't look like a knife to for you can fight with it, but that doesn't mean it's not been made for it. And is mostly decorated with sea motif in gold, and uh, the blade is slightly curved, and there is it's sharp only on one side. Um, and this looks like it is used to be cut something on, but you don't know what exactly because you never seen what the ceremonial stuff they were doing in the temple. But this is not made to, like be extremely sharp or really well made for fighting. This is probably, like I said, a ceremonial knife.
Mm. All right. Um, Again, I would love to learn exactly who this, he would like to return the knife and the prayer beads to somebody that would probably care about that or would want it back. I mean, the original person who had it is no longer of this mortal coil, but maybe, hmm, he's gonna hold on for it for right now. He's gonna inspect the cylinder. Uh, he doesn't want to break whatever's inside, but he takes his time.
You take your time. I'm not going to ask you an investigation role because, as you said, you take your time. And when you take time to do things and etc., not in a rush and etc., I consider your guys that, based on your skills, you are succeeding or not. And I can tell you this: there is a crack on the side. This was probably something that was supposed to be waterproof, and unfortunately, is not anymore.
Okay.
Mm, but probably the crack happened after it's been bring up to the surface.
Okay.
So whatever is inside is probably partially still intact.
Okay. So,
So with a lot of patience, just to find how and etc., you just start to understand that these things is you need to twist some part, and you hear this hissing sound of pressure being released, and at the end of it, you started to rotate one side and just pop out the end of it, and inside you find paper. It's a little bit wet, but over a course of days, it's probably now just back to um, being, dry.
mhm,
But the one of the edge close where the crack is still a little bit, humid.
okay.
And there was things written on it. Um, and I'm going to ask you an intelligence check.
Okay. Is this like the wisdom roll where I roll
Yeah,
all the dice and okay.
absolutely it is. Your intelligence, your cunning is 3, so roll
Yes.
3
Three
dice.
dice.
Keep all of them. No 6 exploding.
All right. 13.
13. Okay. with 3 dice is just one above the. So, this is not a Rikishi. Weirdly, this piece of paper is written in Obalawa.
Hmm.
And you don't speak the language, but there is someone on board that does.
After all the times that getting to know the crew, the person who knows how to speak a bottle is he takes his time to go find them.
Okay, so um, just to understand, there is a couple of persons you can look for.
Okay.
One is Vasco, one of the member of the crew, the Sifiote with the long tentacle beard,
Mhm.
very dark skin,
Yes.
or Lady Voraci.
Oh,
Which which one? Because Carla is from Obolawa.
so Carla's from Ottawa.
Yeah,
I'll go talk to them. If they're from there, so they might actually have more information on what this possibly could be.
yeah. And I will set the scene for you, Miguel. This has happened not immediately. This has happened a few days after all these things have happened. You guys are in the middle of your traveling and etc. Um, wait for that, David. By the way, I
Hmm?
just read the comment. Um, Miguel, it's late in the evening. You look for Lady Voraci. Most of the time, she's on gun deck with the rest of the people, or doing a little bit of her duty on the main deck. It's late at night, and you cannot find her down, but you find her on the main deck, looking at the sea. She is on the leaning on the rail. Uh, Her short hair a little bit ruffled by the wind. She is shivering a little bit, probably because middle of the night in the middle of the sea. It's quite cold out there. Even if you are getting closer and closer to a very warm area of the world. And just for a moment, because of your insight, Miguel, you're not completely sure, but there is a moment where you see her just dry out what probably was a tear.
Hmm. Uh, Miguel's going to if she's looking up by the sea, he stands near her, but it's kind of near her. His back's towards the sea, like he's looking out. Nice evening, isn't it?
She just for a moment she looks surprised. Oh, and she Miguel.
He smiles. Ah, it's okay. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to pop you out of your thoughts, my lady. Gives
Oh,
about.
no, thank you so much. How can I help you?
Oh, well, sorry, every single time I come by, it's always to ask you for something, but I have as you know, we went on that little excursion onto that island not so
Mhm.
long ago, and I came across this very interesting this little tube cylinder, and inside I found something written in a bottle. And I cannot read this, but I wasn't. You're from there. I was wondering if you have any idea what this might
I'm sure
possibly
from
be.
there. Yes. Okay. Let's see what is this all about. Do you mind? And
Yeah, no
she
problem. Are you okay, by the way? You.
there is a pause before she took the cylinder from your hand, and uh, no, but let me help you with this, and maybe we can discuss it later. Okay?
He gives a nod. Hands it over.
Um, she goes through. She goes through reading it, and she's like, "Okay, wow. Um, uh, okay, that's. Oh, I mean, this was. Do you know the Almaty? Um, you don't have and even a vague idea what she's talking about.
No, absolutely no clue.
Okay. The Almaty family are one of the seven most important family of Bolwa. They are into they produce rum, whiskey, very expensive, um, very expensive liquors, and the Voraci are their competitors. My family. Um, we are in a very cordial war, I would say. But we always had this rumors that the Almaty had uh, some kind of diplomacy tied with Rikisi, that we never knew about. And then there was always the, you know, suspicious and other things like that. But what you just gave me, it's like a proof. This is um, this is a letter to to the Church of Rekisi with the, you know, and request and order from the Almaty family about ingredients and such like. This is pretty much the recipe of the Krayan, their most famous and expensive whiskey that they ever made. And you just handed to me something that is probably worth 3 times this ship.
Huh.
um,
Would you like it?
I will like it. I will love it. I mean, this is
Would that make you feel a little better?
it will definitely give an edge to my family. Quite a big edge. Um, you know, behind the public image of the families of Obolowa, they they we are at war between each other. It's like, you know, just everything is a polite smile and very, you know, courtesy demeanor and etc. But if we were a little bit more honest about it, we were spending probably time just to stabbing each other. And if I get back to my family with this, yeah, this will be a quite game changer.
He looks out. He turns to her, looks over, looks back out to the ocean. Well then, my lady, I if it really matters to you a lot, you can keep it.
Maybe she just squeeze it a little bit, not destroying in her hand, but just squeeze it a tiny bit. Miguel, that was the problem. Doesn't make me happy, I don't know.
Hmm.
I've been so much focusing my life about this revenge, about this uh, moment where I can see the face of who bring me so much pain, the person that killed my father and my husband and my son, that I what I'm gonna do when this is end. I'm a lady. I have a position to fulfill, and at the same time, I don't fit with those people anymore. I've been consumed by this need. And well, within the city, when you guys hold me tight and you saw me cry, yes, a big heavy weight was lifted from my heart, yes, but now, who am I? I'm Avorachi. I'm just Carla. I'm, I don't know.
Well, Carla, if you don't mind,
Mhm.
we'll start. Tell me, what makes you happy? Something could be as simple as you like the sunset, you like particular type of cheese, you like walks on the beach. Just start small. What makes you feel happy or at least comfortable?
Hmm.
Just bear with me. Just
No, I get it. I get it. One little moment of happiness at a time, right?
yeah, take your time. Uh, I know all the things that make me happy. I mean, yes, I have my family, my two lovely, lovely children. I love fighting. Being in the arena makes my blood on fire. Just an excitement. I love sparring and I also love spicy foods. That's also really good. But I I can't really handle it that well, but I really do enjoy trying. But
Well, I will always been able to handle uh, the spicy stuff. Since I remember, my mom would always go about like stop eating those peppers. They are very hot. They will ruin your palate. But it's okay. Sorry, interruption.
No, no, my mom used to do the same thing. Like I used to go out and I would go sneak and I would go take some peppers out of this garden. It wasn't ours. Didn't quite live in the best part of town, but oh, they were they she would get so mad at me whenever I would ruin my appetite when I got home. And I would still like it my cheeks would be they would be so spicy. My lips would be so swollen up. He starts reminiscing.
And you and Carla started to talk about childhood, what things that make her happy and what she misses, what she doesn't have anymore. Hmm. And something almost dawned on her for a second, and she will smile at you. Um, yeah, she just seems a little
Mm,
bit conspiratory for a moment.
mm-hmm. Yes.
You're you're a man that so I'm being a little bit out of the um, dating game for a little bit and not hitting on you, just to be precise, and just try to understand something.
Yeah, you can talk. You wouldn't, surprisingly, you're not the first person on this ship who has asked me advice.
It's not more an advice, it's more like I'm trying to understand someone's behavior
Okay.
and is a little bit. I'm not sure if the person in question is seems to be interested, but always very. I'm not sure if it's just because it's being polite or you know. So I wonder, do you think? And she just whisper, "Do you think that Jarvis is has a crush on?"
He's if he had if he had any sort of drink in his mouth, he'd spit it out, but he just like but he takes a moment.
Hmm?
He remembers the time back on during the when they were when we had that the party that they had
Mm-hmm.
not so long ago. He takes a moment and he thinks, you might be onto something.
Okay.
Uh actually there is a definitely a possibility.
Mm.
I don't think you are imagining anything. I also could be wrong,
No, no.
but
Okay. Uh, it's just uh
just it's okay. This is between the two of us.
no, no, of course. As we told, as you know, as everyone knows, I'm a lady, and with all respect for this, but you
Mhm.
guys are pirates. It's not something that, you know, this is not probably gonna work. Ah,
You won't know until you try.
yeah, you're right.
And
And you said
might
that I should enjoy things I like.
you should try to live life to its fullest. You only live once. If you, let's
That's
say you decide not to do it, and you, I mean, how would you'll never know.
no, no, of course, of course. Mm.
And
She
if
just, um, you know, uh, you take out like a little, how you call it? Ah, fan. Just and she just use it on herself. Um, oh God. Yeah. Oof. She put it away. Miguel.
yes,
Do you know where Jarvis is?
well, he last time I checked, he was bedridden a couple days ago. Knowing him, he's probably poring over a book. He really does. He loves. Oh, if you're thinking of gifts, definitely think of anything like magic related or mysterious or possibly a book
Yeah.
or a combination of all three or
Oh,
some magic relic. Uh, but
he's very into his new found religion recently. I noticed.
I have noticed that too. But if it's not harming anybody and it makes him happy,
Yes. Listen, you're speaking with a hex witch of a Bolowa. I don't think I am in the position to judge anyone.
I
Um.
mean, everyone has their ideas and thoughts. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
No,
mean,
absolutely. Um. Thanks for this chat, Miguel.
of course, of course. And Carla,
Mm.
um, this has been nice. Then thanks for talking to me. I hope just stick to your just stick to the things that make you happy and you'll figure it out. Cause you might not if you don't feel like you're Virachi anymore, then embrace the person you are now. It might be a little scary, but they say take the plunge. and see where that gets you. That's the, at least that's what I do. Not quite sure. I mean, see where it's got me now. I'm on a ship. My family's here. We're people are after us, but possible treasure. And possible with treasure means possibility of a nice, cozy domestic life after all this is over.
Miguel, and I
Yes.
speak with this with the most utmost respect for you. Let me tell you, for what I see, cozy domestic life is not going to be what you really want at the end of the day.
No, but I have to try for my children. I adventure on the high sea. Another duel with some daring do. Like that's honestly this pirate's life's kind of for me. But I mean Lucia though, she'd probably honestly she's probably would this would be right up her alley. I mean, I should ask what they want. You know what? You know what? Thank you. I might want to. Maybe they don't want the domestic. You know, I'll ask. Anyways, I guess. Thank you, Carla. I appreciate it. Gives his signature smile, but then just kind of softens, like, yeah,
she just
sorry. Kind
she
of over
just
the
put
top.
her like elegantly a hand of on her chest and just bow, and just do a little curtsy because at the end of the day she's still a lady, and she just smile and and you pretty much bid you each other farewell.
Yes. I,
Jarvis, sorry, please,
oh
Miguel.
no, all I was gonna say is I was not expecting that talk, but I appreciated it.
um, Jarvis, you are just get out of the infirmary. It's been a few days that you're just go back on yourself. You're studying and etc. Late in the evening, you are close to there is a small cabin close to the captain quarter that usually is used to um, um, storage and such like, because you don't have, a cabin for a second mate or things like that. But it's been rearranged recently for you to just sit there having the book open, and between you and um, Kuhan just spending time there, is better to have the book open on a desk instead of just, holding it somewhere in the middle of the ship. Um, because it's a heavy book. Every single page is made of compressed coral that is, almost is the same heavy feelings of marble, just lifting every single pages. And you are right there, and um, you are starting late at night, and you feel a presence coming behind
Um, Jarvis is just turning a page, gently dropping it, and looks over his shoulder and smiles and says, Lady Renmar, Lady Renmari, call you that?
she look at you, her arms crossed, smiling. You are not supposed to stand up when a lady entered the rooms.
Oh, I thought I was standing.
No, we're sitting at the desk.
Oh, sorry. So I was imagining myself standing. Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
he would stand. He would stand. Um, but he kind of like he's like bracing himself. He's still in pain.
yeah,
And I I'm embarrassed. I haven't come to find you first, but he looks down at Kuhan, and I assume Kuhan kind of gets like a yep, and just gets up and leaves.
Juan just exit the room, get out of the room, tipping his hat.
Yeah. Uh, but how do I start? I've been
She's
going
just,
over so much in my mind, everything.
you
It
saw
started.
so much. She just push you against the wall and shush your mouth with a kiss.
Okay, I'll explain later then. And he kisses her back.
And she will literally tell you things in the meantime. She is deeply and passionate is kissing you. Um, she just said, "Don't think that this is nothing more than what we're doing right now." But it's hard to, react to this in the meantime. She literally all over you.
Hmm.
And we are going to have a moment where we are going to just stand up, like move the camera away from what you guys are doing. But I can tell you this, she is not asking permission, and
Hmm.
she is unapologetically loud.
Right on.
So, Captain Alvida and Rock in the other room by themselves, just hugging nicely. There is going to be a moment where really awkward, where you look at each other and just be super embarrassed. Uh, Jarvis, she is been alone for a long time, and she is need of distraction, transport, and connection. And at the moment, you're there, you know it. You're there to, fulfill a need.
Mhm.
If this is going to bring to something else, at the moment, part of your brain is thinking about it, the rest of your body don't. and and you're going to talk about it the next morning when you're gonna wake up, both of you literally on the desk, half naked, after a very passionate night. And she will stand up, started to put back her corset like it's supposed to be, and clean herself and etc. Give you a glance, smiling.
He gets up and helps her a little bit, kind of sitting up in the bed, and
She lifts a little bit of her hair just so you can close the corset and pull the strings behind and etc.
he says, did she say something about needing a distraction?
No, that
Okay,
was
but
the
clear.
feeling.
And he just says he kind of looks over at the book and goes, "I needed a distraction
Uh-huh.
from the everything of our lives."
I know the feeling. A little bit tighter here, please. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh,
I I have been going and going since my parents got sick. Figure that out. And I have been pulled into quest after quest by person after person, and found this ship, and found you, and then found God, and found a whole new mission. And you're Lady Carla and Mari Farashi,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just a farm boy from the frozen north. And he looks up at her, but I'm gonna be more. When this is all over, I'm gonna be more. And I'm
She,
not gonna,
sorry.
and I'm not doing it for you or for anyone else. But if you want to come along for the ride, be nice to have some.
She put gently her hand on your face, following your jawline and etc. My poor farmer boy. I tell you this. Show me what you got.
Again, just joking. You've seen a little bit already.
That was
Just,
interesting.
well, I mean, you know, not, I mean that, no, but ask about the fight.
Mhm.
And I, I almost couldn't tell you about it. I was driven to open up my own destiny. To
I'm looking for
maybe,
this, Jarvis.
huh?
I'm looking for a purpose,
Hmm,
a new path, and you are doing the same.
hmm,
In this, we are very similar. My journey ends with the death of Zavelek Shar. By my hand or by the end of the Shadow Chariot, I don't care. But I'm going to be on top of that corpse and laugh. But after that, like Miguel said, I'm going to take the things I like and enjoy them. One thing at a time. And right now, she boop your nose. You're one of them. Keep it like that, okay?
yes, my lady.
She just stand up, blow you a kiss, and walk out.
He
and
looks down at a he looks down at a piece of paper. And he's like, "Well, I wrote all that for nothing." He crumbles it up and throws it in the trash.
and on this note, I think this is the perfect moment to close this session for tonight.
Yeah, right.
Thanks everyone for watching. This was a very intense roleplay game session. We had some new relationship forming, some revelation coming out, and some help. And Miguel, you became the person that everyone goes for advices, especially for, relationship advice. And this was a lot of fun for me. I hope it was the same for my player. I will see you next time. Have a nice evening, guys.